You want to fight him again?
Yeah, for sure. We gotta make that bag.
That bad.
My first contract is signed for immediate rematch, when there's a draw or if in the case of a draw or if I win. So I'm already contractually signed to a rematch. It's on him.
We've been amateurs together, so I knew Lamont was serious. He was coming in there to fight, but he did a lot better than I thought he would, and I thought he won the fight personally.
You wish to battle him once more. My first contract is signed for an immediate rematch, whether there's a draw or if I win. So I'm already contractually signed to a rematch. It's on him amateur together. So, yeah, we definitely need to make that bad sign my contract. I knew that Lamont was serious and that he was coming to the fight, but he did a lot better than Von Davis has finally spoken out about signing a contract for a rematch with Lamont Roach. In addition, Tank has taken some responsibility for his performance, acknowledging that he wasn't fully focused during the fight and that he could have done things differently. This self-reflection shows that Davis is aware of his shortcomings.
I could have stopped him. It's me. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Cause I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up, and I could have definitely did more.
And is motivated to correct him going forward, with the fight now confirmed as his chance to make amends and silence critics. This rematch is one of the most anticipated fights in recent boxing history, as both fighters are getting ready to resolve the controversy. I had the opportunity to stop them. I could have prevented them. It's all right. You understand what I mean when I say that it's really my fault.
And finally, I wanted to get your thoughts on the Gervonta Tank Davis situation. What was your assessment on his fight against Lamont Roach, and what are your thoughts on the knockdown that wasn't called in round 9?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good fight overall. Lamont, I always knew Lamont was, he wasn't coming to lay down. I've been knowing Lamont since we was kids, so we came up in amateurs together. So I knew Lamont was serious. He was coming in there to fight, but he did a lot better than I thought he would, and I thought he won the fight personally. Yeah, the no knockdown, that was like unheard of. It was the first time I've ever seen it with my own 2 eyes, and yeah.
Yeah, you were, you've made some comments. I wanted to see the backflip, and I'm surprised Tank didn't say nothing back to you about that.
Hey, I was just speaking my opinion on it.
You live and you learn. And I certainly could have. That was clearly my fault as well, because I failed to pick it up when I was supposed to, and I could have done more, definitely more. Respected boxing expert Devin Haney offers opinions on Lamont Pooch's performance, claiming to have known Pooch since he was a little boy. Haney's commendation of
rumors are swirling that Gervonta Davis could be back in the ring around June to rematch Lamont Roach. Hopefully there's some truth to that, because Tank needs to redeem himself immediately.
Pooh for his efforts during the fight, highlighting his personal opinion that Pooh had done enough to earn his support, lends validity to Pooh's declarations of victory, and encourages more discussion on the fight's conclusion. And lastly, I want to know what you thought of the Gervonta Tank Davis situation.
The reason why I say this fight needs to happen again, because both fighters have something to prove. I just saw a tweet from Gervonta Tank Davis saying that he was going to activate the rematch. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Would I like to see this fight happen? Yes, I would like to see a fight happen again, because I think that the next fight is going to be a whole lot better. And I think the next fight is going to end with somebody being on the canvas, in my opinion. But I think that Lamont Roach, I want to give a shout out to Lamont Roach for putting up such a amazing performance. We never seen anyone stand there toe to toe with Gervonta Tank Davis. We never seen anyone there throwing punches, power punches, at Tank Davis and not being knocked out. And I also want to commend Tank, because Tank didn't have to take this fight.
I mean, I thought it was a good fight overall, but I knew Lamont was serious and wasn't coming in to lay down. We've been in amateurs together since we were kids, so I knew that he was coming in there to fight, but he did a lot better than I thought he would, and I thought he won the fight personally. However, the no knockdown was like...
Who do you feel like wins the rematch?
Who wins the rematch?
Yeah.
They're both gonna come ready again. See, the first one was a tough one too. I had Lamont pulling off, I'm not gonna lie, Yeah, smudge. Like I wasn't mad at the draw. You know, I'm gonna rock with Lamont though.
Think Lamont takes it?
It's hard.
Close, yo.
Cause Lamont surprised me a lot. You know, so yeah, I'm gonna say Lamont, man.
Unheard of, and it was the first time I've ever seen it firsthand. You made some comments about wanting to see the backflip, and I'm surprised that Tank didn't respond, given the controversy surrounding their first fight. There's been increasing speculation about a rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach.
Shout out to my man Lamont.
All right, so you sparred Lamont Roach in preparation for his bout with Gervonta Davis.
Absolutely.
First, what did you think of the fight?
What did I think of the fight? It's a little different for me because it's definitely a point of bias there.
Wait, let me put out a disclaimer. He's from Baltimore.
Definitely, I mean, he's Baltimore all day, but I'm looking at it from a point of bias because his dad, you know, Ben Johnson Sr. and all them guys that was down there, the coaches Tim and everything like that, they all good people. So I got to know them on a more personal level. And then I get to see like how hard a world champion works. And not only that, to see how he treated his people. So I was going for him just off of personality alone, but everything else, he made me believe in Kent for real. Because me and him like have similar personalities. You know what I mean? As far as the ring, you know what I mean? So everything we was ready for, like the talking shit and everything like that, because that was coming from me, you know what I'm saying? Me and Lamont, so everything was just everything for real. I think he should have won too, you know what I'm saying? But actually when I was there, I thought they actually was gonna like rob him, you know what I mean? But you can't, you know what I mean? You can't deceive the people that's there for what they saying for real.
So you felt like he should have got the nod in the
Absolutely.
decision.
Especially with all the other controversy too, it should have been overturned, but we know how boxing works, but nah, I mean, we running it back for a reason, you know what I'm saying?
According to reports, the fight could happen in June of this year. Davis is now under pressure to prove himself and silence critics who think Roach deserves to win. There is some truth to the rumors that Gervonta Davis may return to the ring in June to rematch Lamont Roach.
Surprised by Roach and Tank. What do you think the biggest surprise was in the fight?
It wasn't a surprise because we know Roach. It wasn't a surprise. Roach can fight. A lot of people think because a person is not popular, that they don't exist. There's fighters out there that can rumble. They just got to get the opportunity, you know?
Speaking of rematches, Jalil Hackett is getting his opportunity again to fight the guy that he had a controversial loss to. It'll be happening in Florida, I think, next week?
March 15th, I think.
Let's talk about
I'm rocking a major shirt now.
Major.
Yes, sir.
Tank needs to prove himself right away, and the rematch is anticipated because both Davis and Roach have something to prove. Their first fight ended in controversy, leaving fans split over the outcome. A second fight would give both boxers a chance to end the argument once and for all.
Did Gervonta Davis take a knee, and should he have been deducted a point and in the end lost that fight to Roach, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, if it was a draw, he take a knee. And plus the corner go up and put it a towel in the face, that's a disqualification for sure. I'm talking about the rules, but it's not my business.
The reason I believe this fight needs to happen again is because both fighters have something to prove. I recently saw a tweet from John Davis stating that he was going to activate the rematch. So I'm not sure if I would like to see this fight happen again, but I believe that Lamont Roach is going to put on an incredible performance.
You got any grease in your hair tonight, Tank? That is it. Lamont, please say that in the second fight. Any questions? You got any grease in your hair tonight, Tank? Like, you got any grease in your hair tonight, Tank? Like, hey, bruh, be on that. Because here's the thing. He never hurt Roach. Roach just waited. And Roach was squared up and turned sideways. And I'm like, oh my God. I didn't think he had that. He was like, I'm like, oh my. And then he just sitting there like, you can't. I know what you're going to do because I've trained with you since we were kids. Tarver beat Roy, but he knew Roy since amateurs. Roy said he never liked fighting sparring partners because they know you so well. I should have listened to Roy.
We've never seen anyone go toe-to-toe with Gervonta Tank Davis, and we've never seen anyone there throw punches and power punches at Tank Davis without getting knocked out. I also want to commend Tank because Tank didn't have to take this fight.
everybody saw it. You can't get around what everybody saw. Look, it wasn't a legit knockdown like he hurt Tank. Tank did have some shit in his eyes, but what are you doing putting shit in your hair when you have a world title fight? That's crazy.
And no one want to hear about it in the middle of a fight. That no one cares. If a fly by, drop the ball, bro.
Right.
Drop the damn ball. We don't care if a fly flew by your helmet or your eyes.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about that.
You can't be a championship fighter and taking a knee and putting on those type of performances.
Also, what are they putting in his hair? That when he's sweating it is dripping into his eyes. Like, what is that shit?
Yeah.
Bro,
That's
shave your
a little
head.
Weird, right? Yeah, exactly.
Shave your fucking head. Who cares?
It's like, don't be pretty boy. You better go get this fight.
Get those fucking braids out of there. You don't need those.
Another fighter, Julian Gonzalez, thinks Lamont Roach will prevail in a rematch because both fighters will be ready and would improve on their flaws in the first bout to guarantee a better performance. Gonzalez's faith in Roach indicates that the challenger has a genuine chance to win.
Gervonta Davis, Lamont Roach fight?
Yeah, that was trash.
Well, I thought it was a good fight. You didn't think
great fight, but I just champion guy taking a knee, talking about greasing his hair.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm like, yo, how you just in the middle of the fight just go wipe your face?
Also, here's the deal: if you take a knee, that's a knockdown.
That's a knockdown. Subtract 2, right?
You got hit with a jab.
Yeah.
You took a knee,
and then you walked off.
Exactly. That is a knockdown.
Yeah.
So I think they're reviewing that right now.
Nah, that guy should have lost, maybe.
Well, I feel like if they do review it and they do judge it as a knockdown, which it was clearly a knockdown to everybody, you take a knee, that's a knockdown. I think they will probably give it to Lamont.
This is a very interesting rule. They have a power slap that kind of talks about what you guys were just discussing.
Who do you think will prevail in the rematch? Who will prevail in the rematch? Yes, they will both be ready again. As you can see, the first one was difficult as well. I believe I had him, I'm not going to lie. But I wouldn't even say that I was angry with the drone since I'm going with Lamont.
That fight with Tank and Lamont Roach shows y'all how protected Tank has been for the past several years. And the people saying, oh, Tank know Lamont and he been respected Lamont because they fought in the amateurs. Man, he was cherry picking Lamont. You know, and really thought he was going to get that win. But Lamont wasn't coming to play around. You know, he stood his ground and fought back. And to be honest, he won the fight. The rematch is going to be a knockout.